pivots side to side in the rear as well for torque vector. Now you do have to be on throttle to really feel this, but it works and it definitely pulls you into those corners. You can feel it now. It's spinning the outside wheels more than the inside. Oh my gosh, the grip is insane. Well, hello everyone, and you join me here today in the 2024 Acura TLX Type-S with a few modest changes. We have a retuned Sport Plus mode for some more sharpness and agility. We have a new digital cluster we can see here. We also have a larger center infotainment display, which unfortunately is not a touchscreen, but we do have this touchpad here, USB-C ports in the back of the interior, and on the exterior we do get a slightly revised front grille design as well as new wheels. This gorgeous paint color that is now offered for 2024, as well as a now frameless front grille with a redesigned radar sensor. Still a fantastic package for the TLX Type-S, and at pretty much fully almost loaded around $58,000, save for an additional wheel and summer tire package. Which you don't necessarily need. This is a fantastic bargain of a performance vehicle on the market right now. And just check out how big these exhaust tips are. They're just absolutely huge. And while it may not be very loud on the interior, it is raucous on the exterior. And that is one thing I can confirm over the past week of driving it. So let's go hop inside now. Especially if you haven't checked out my full tour and review, definitely watch that if you want to see some in-depth details of this Acura TLX Type-S. So let's pop this 10-speed automatic gearbox into drive here. We have a sport mode for the transmission as well. It's a high-performancely tuned automatic gearbox from Acura. And let's put it back into normal mode for a second. Actually, you know what, even comfort, because there's a few things I want to demonstrate here. We have a really fantastically clear reverse camera system here, which we can change the view of from this little stalk here on our windshield wiper stock here, so that's great. And when you pop it into drive, you can also access that front camera from this panoramic view, so you don't damage your front splitter or damage or curb your wheels. So really nice views there. I really don't have any complaints for the TLX. It is such a wonderful car to drive, and the reason I think it's such a wonderful car to daily drive around is because of its ability to completely transform itself. Right now we're cruising around here in the softest setting. This is comfort mode right here, and well, it feels like a normal daily vehicle. The suspension and dampers are soft, the steering is light but still very precise and direct, very nice balance and weight to it. But I feel like I'm in a regular TLX with the 4-cylinder engine, not this turbo V6, and in a good way. It's just very smooth. The accelerator pedal is nice and soft right now. This is the amazing part of the TLX. And now for 2024, they've retuned their dynamic modes for more uniqueness per mode. So now we're going to pop it over to normal mode. Here, that opens the exhaust a little bit. It gets a little bit louder. Things just feel a little bit more normal, but again, nothing too aggressive. Fine. Pop it into sport mode. Obviously, things are going to change out. The steering is going to stiffen, the suspension is going to stiffen. All of the vehicle is going to be a little bit more tuned for sporting driving. But the real highlight here for 2024 is the Sport Plus mode, which you have to turn, hold down. Now for 2024, that throttle is very, very, very responsive in Sport Plus mode. The steering is generally very, very fantastic. I really like this steering rack for 2024. They have changed it a little bit, I believe, in the Sport Plus mode. It's a little bit sharper, even more dynamic, and that double wishbone front suspension combined with the steering system is really fantastic. You get a nice amount of feedback through the wheel, and going through corners, especially in uphill scenarios, it's very, very fun with the super handling all-wheel drive system working. Now we see here we have these new configurable gauge cluster here, so we can change this gauge cluster by going to our gauge layout from crafted to advanced that we had in before. You can also change, of course, your speed. Oh wow, that is a lot of strong power. And you know, for around 355 horsepower, it feels plenty quick. You really don't feel like you're needing super loads of more power. It would be nice to have maybe around 400-ish horsepower, which I think this engine can do with not too many modifications. But as this car is, it's really fantastic, it's just straight out of the box, especially for the price point. Now in the Sport Plus mode, the suspension obviously is going to be a little bit more stiffer. Our exhaust is very loud, especially from the exterior, and those shifts are sharper. You're going to hear a little more pops and some more crisper tunes coming from that gearbox, which I really like. And the braking performance from those front 4-piston Brembo calipers are just absolutely fantastic. I'm going to let traffic ahead of me get a little bit closer, and I'm going to show you guys the magic of super handling all-wheel drive and how it can turn you into a corner. Really sharp steering on the TLX Type-S, well-tuned suspension, it's not hopping all over the place. I'm really impressed with this vehicle so far. I've been having a great time with it over the past week. And the magic with super handling all-wheel drive is that it can distribute power not only front and rear, with 70% of that power going to the rear, it can do it side to side in the rear as well for torque vector. Now you do have to be on throttle to really feel this, but it works and it definitely pulls you into those corners. You can feel it now. It's spinning the outside wheels more than the inside. Oh my gosh, the grip is insane. Now on the proper summer tires here that you can get, it can pull almost a G, which is pretty impressive for a vehicle that's just not on like a aggressive rear-wheel drive architecture. It's a transverse front-wheel drive based platform, but the way Acura has tuned and developed this vehicle is definitely something only Honda's front-wheel drive transverse platform expertise could, I think, really pull off, because I cannot think of another vehicle like this in this category. We have everything in this class of vehicle, from the M340, the Genesis G70 with the twin turbo V6 rear-wheel drive architecture. We have the old Infiniti Q50 Red Sport. We have the C-Class. We have the A4. It's a crowded segment, but the TLX still stands out with its great looks, peppy engine, an incredible super handling all-wheel drive system, and this steering and front suspension really is even more of a standout, I think, in this class. Now out here on the highway, we can pop it back into comfort, normal mode, maybe keep it in sport mode, and this is what unlocks the other amazing side of the 2024 TLX, is its incredible amount of standard features we now have. So for 2024, Acura has made their entire Acura Watch safety system standard, and that is giving you a pretty wide breadth of systems that are typically expensive options on European competitors. And that includes all of your blind spots, your full radar cruise control, full steering assist. It has it all. It may not have lane change assist, which I personally think is a gimmicky feature, but the rest is all there, and I think that's what really matters the most. So out here on the highway, let's say you're cruising along, popping in the comfort mode, you want to save a little bit of fuel while you're not ripping it around some back road corners. All you do on your right-hand side of the steering wheel is pop on cruise control, set your speed, turn your lane centering and steering assist on, and there you have it. Now, it's not one of those systems where you can take your hands off the wheel, which I'm totally okay with in this particular case, because this is a car I want to have my hands on the wheel. I want to be driving it more. But in those scenarios where you don't want to be driving, you're stuck on an interstate in traffic, just like as we are right now, let the car kind of do a little bit of handling. Put your hand down here, make sure it's still on the wheel so it knows you're in control. Pay attention. And it kind of works fantastically. And this screen up here, this visualization, is one of the best I've actually seen. It actually detects motorcycles. So if a motorcycle is going to pull in front of you, it will show that it knows it's a motorcycle and not a car. So I believe it's going to be able to behave differently. It knows all the cars around you. It's even showing the difference between a truck and a car. And sure, it's just a visualization, but it just gives a little bit more of a reassurance that the car knows what it's seeing versus just showing like a box or something around you. Now, while we are here sitting in traffic, letting the full Acura Watch system do its thing, we need to talk about this ELS Studio audio system in this TLX, because I've been getting more and more into listening to car audio speakers. I'm definitely not an expert on audio systems. I'm not a full-on audiophile, but I do really appreciate a fantastic vehicle audio system, and this is wow, this is really good. So there are speakers quite literally surrounding you at all times, so you can adjust pretty much all of those parameters, which I really like. You can also adjust obviously your auto zones from full vehicle, driver, front, rear. We also have adjustments for our speed compensation volume, which I'm not too big of a fan of, as well as this DTS neural sound surround option. So it's a simulated surround system, which is really interesting. It says it doesn't apply to all audio apps as well. I have it, I believe it's on right now. I haven't really noticed a difference, at least with using Apple Music and Spotify actually when turning it on and off, but it is there. I'm not sure what exactly is going to really trigger that to have a big difference in change in audio sound. I really hope you enjoyed that audio test here of this ELS Studio 3D audio system, because honestly, it's been really fun to listen to. I would say it's just below those higher tier audio systems from the Bowers and Wilkins, but it's really good. I wouldn't say better, but it's just around at that level, and that's fantastic at a vehicle that's like $20,000-$30,000 less than some of those vehicles with those higher end audio systems. Again, I'm going to reiterate, the amount of standard equipment you're getting on this TLX Type-S is mind-numbingly amazing. So look at that price point, look at the TLX if you're looking at a vehicle that is a sporty, luxury, compact sedan. This is definitely something to consider. And as always, thank you guys for joining me again on another video. I think this is another video where we're ending it in traffic and rain, but stay tuned for more coming in Allcarnews, and I hope you enjoyed the drive and review. Cheers.